So Internet of Things can be a huge thing when you start to connect a lot of devices together. Let's say, for example, this 3D representation of a factory. This representation actually is using Azure IoT Digital Twins, and as you can see, we can see a lot of devices connected with interaction, with dashboards and so on. Before we send our devices to the space, be familiar with this idea of ontology. Ontology is the conception that we can inherit and make relationship between the different models to build something more complex, like the space station, for example. I created this repository to show you how you can interact between several models, inherit and so on, including testing. So let me show you how this works in detail. I'm using again the Azure Digital Twins Explorer, but in this case in the model Explorer. So basically we can see a graph where we can see relationship between all the components, in this case between the simple model, the smart model, the device, the versioning between both of them, the address, the sensors and so on, and the relationship. All of this is based on different JSON files. As you can see in the folders, we split between V1 and V2, so you have two different versions and you can use Semper, and also each file has their own JSON valid schema model. Each of the JSON file can refer to another JSON files and even has components which are other JSON files too. As you can see, we can do plenty of testing to consolidate and to ensure the models and the relationship between the different models and the references across them. So let's check it out, the test in detail. Address is a great example. So it's a simple component and sometimes can be very repetitive to test. So for example, in this case, we have a bunch of strings. So we can use test each to avoid repeating a lot the testing. But when we are working with more complex components that have inherit, we are going to focus only on the inherit, extension, and the new components that we add to that specific model. And we don't worry about to test the components that are inside, obviously, because we have separated the test for them already.